Boom! We have arrived on yet another Monday. What is going on? Oh, that boom made me cough. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, what's going on? I see Nani's in the chat, so we gotta say, what is up, Nani? Good to see you back. I hope you're as excited as we are to have you back on this wonderful Monday, October 25. Very, very epic Monday. Absolutely. Let's get going with the chat. We've got Nani. What's up? Colonel Folgers, how you doing? Chris, James, Cassie. Hey, what's up, Cassie? Welcome to the chat, Cassie. Damn it, Michelle is back. Kelly Williams in the house. It's so good to see everybody here on this wonderful Monday evening. I'm pumped, guys. This is the one you have been waiting for. This is the one. Now, we've got Mr. Ward queued up to come in the second hour, as we always do with our guests, so he's going to roll in about 50 minutes from now. He is stoked. I am stoked. I hope you guys are stoked. Oh, my goodness. This is a day. This is a day, guys. Make sure to get your questions in and say, yo, what's up to the good old guy himself, Mr. Ward. Hi, Lena. Good to see ya. This is a weird one for me. I'm like more nervous than I've been for any interview ever. It's kind of cool. Steph, good to see ya. You're half attentive, apparently, grinding a game at the moment. What if it turns out she didn't mean that she was grinding an actual video game, but that she was actually grinding a video game, and then we would all be just discombobulated by her grinding a video game. Oh, man, these Mondays have gotten fun. These Mondays have gotten really, really fun, and I want to talk real quick. I noticed I forgot to switch one of the graphics, so that's not going to help me. That's not going to help me tonight. But that's okay, because I have the power of Photoshop, and I can fix anything I disapprove of. I'm going to load this up here on the top screen, though, because I can do that with my life. Can I not now? Can I not? You're going to make my life difficult? You are, aren't you? Oy. Okay, well then. Is that why I'm nervous, Kelly? I feel like I'm super nervous. Mr. Ward has been... I feel like I still low-grade him seeking his approval. Does that make sense at all? I feel like that's a thing. I like low-grade still want his approval. It's been something. It's been something. But we're going to get this right here. This is... I got a special Templar code for all you guys tonight. It's going to be Templar 5. That's what I'm trying to say. Because we got a new shirt this evening that has been launched on the Templar store, and I want to show you guys. Of course, you guys could just beat me and go right over there. I mean, don't actually beat me. Lena, I know you're violent. Please stop. Let's see here. Now, did I save the document? I'm notorious for not saving documents. That's very much not a thing I'm good at. Organization. This is why I have Janelle in my life. She is just infinitely better than I at organization. Yeah, well, there you go. Kelly, I don't even know. Oh, Kelly, I don't even know. Mr. Ward plays a lot because I believe he's got his masters, I think. So if he's got his masters, it would mean he had to have become somewhat proficient at a few, actually. That would be my assumption. We could ask him. You know what? We're going to use this one. Continue. There we go. We're going to use this one. That's what we're going to do. And we're going to go auto size. It's just going to be crazy. This is going to be crazy. I love it. I'm so pumped. I'm so pumped for this right now. Out of your league. His favorite's probably trumpet. I know that's what he got his degree in. Well, with, not in, but with. It's funniest DJ story. I feel like that's gonna come up. I'm just fixing a graphic here, guys. 1 second, my friends. Let's go like this. And then let's go like this. And let's click this. Yeah. Whoa, yeah. I see trees of blue. Red roses too. Let's see, size. Yeah, that one. There we are. There we are. Clicking this. Clicking here. Bumpkins Drones has subscribed. Thank you so much for the subscribe, Bumpkins Drones. That's a interesting name. I dig it. Okay, let's go like this, and let's go like this. Copy layer style, paste layer style. We've got it. Okay, this is going to be just a super cheesy photo, but I'm down. I am so down to use it. Clicking this, clicking that. And then over here, media source. I like how I learned about this. Oops. What's going on? Add source. Browse. Desktop. Oh, that's the wrong button. Image. There we go. There we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Now we're getting somewhere. I'm singing for you guys today. Templar code. There it is. This picture is so weak, but whatever. I like it. What do you guys think? Here, check it. Check it. And kabooyah. Using Templar 5 at checkout. It's so cheesy. I dig it. I dig it. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness indeed, everyone. So this is the deal tonight. We've got a new shirt is launched tonight over. It's called the, I guess I probably should have thrown that shirt in there to show you guys. But you know what I can do? I can do this. There we go. There we go. All right, so guys, check this out. Feature products, we have now the brand new one to celebrate all this time with us, guys. We've got the Getsu 365 shirt. I'll read to you what I wrote. For 365 days, we have met every Monday. This shirt is for all of you who followed me and made my life that much more awesome for getting to know you. For so many of us, Mondays became something to look forward to and something for us to share. This is the Japanese character for Monday, known as Getsu, and the number of days in a year, which is obviously 365. Thanks for making my Mondays and my life that much more awesome. You guys, I wanted to bring this shirt out for a bit, but you know me, I'm always behind the 8-ball. I'm always behind the 8-ball. But this one is super rad, guys. It's going to come in a multitude of colors and sizes. So like you get the yellow one. This is actually, I think this one really pops. And the purple one, of course, got to give the Janelle shout out. It's kind of more of a navy blue, but that's the thing, guys. Grab yourself one of those. The Freedom shirts are still here. Oh my God. Getsu 365, guys. Now we have like our own slang term. That's so cool. I feel you, John. There was only 52 Mondays. You're totally right. But for 365 days, we thought about this thing every Monday. So I kind of went with that. I kind of went with that. The Freedom shirt. Oh man. We have the best merch line, guys. This is so much fun. Let's check out. I don't think we have. Oh, we have this one too. I put the Toon TJ shirt up there. This is just silliness, just utter silliness. But yeah. Hey Joe, thanks so much, dude. Let's go back to that one. I'm a big fan. Getsu 365. I want to say it like that. Now we have our own like slang term, everybody. Our own like team shirts. This is us. This is what we do. This is exciting. This is exciting. So head over there if you want. As I said, use code Templar5 at checkout, just like this. Templar5 will get you 5% off. So if you guys are joining us tonight, you know that we are ready and willing and stoked to be doing the Mr. Ward interview tonight. I am insanely nervous for some bloody reason. I don't even know why. I figured it's gonna be pretty intense, and make sure you guys are vocal in the chat so that we can start asking the questions that we want to ask Mr. Ward at any time and all times. I'll read them out to him as I see them, and as always, guys, thank you for just being such cool people. He's pretty excited as well. We had a little bit of a pre-interview meetup, and yeah, it's pretty great. It's pretty great. A teal color. Nani, if you want to just send me an email with an example of what teal even is, and I'll make one happen for you. I will make one happen for you. Ask James. I made sure James had shirts. I will not leave people out. I am not into that. Yeah, Michelle, it's super nerve-wracking. This is crazy, but we had a bit of a pre-interview, and he's really excited. Obviously, in today's internet-based culture kind of stuff, everyone's a little nervous to be interviewed at times, but I was telling him about how great all you Templars are and how welcoming you are to anybody I bring on, and it's been an utter blast, so he was super excited. He may have even checked out other interviews, which probably made this go a little bit better. Yeah, let's do one at a time on the live here, because I had to do some reorganization of how it's centered on the screen. So that's true, Michelle. That's true. Can you guys tell I'm nervous? It's great. I wasn't nervous interviewing anybody else. RVP, the Colonel, nobody. Mr. Ward's got me like I swear I did my homework, Mr. Ward. I swear. That's going to be the first thing. He's going to pop on here and be like, hey, so did you practice modes? Oh, my goodness. Oh, you liked the interview with Brad? Yeah, that was cool. That was a lot of fun. So let's bring, I'm going to boot up this thing here. because we got to test some of the settings anyway, right? So let's boot it up. You're going to see me always clicking the buttons that have to be clicked. And that should hopefully have aligned us nicely. I mean, allow you. Nani, I don't control you. I don't control you at all. Honestly, I'm scared crapless of you. Oh, man. So, yeah. So, Lena's coming in, which is going to mean I've got to click the thing here. If I click this, it should make Lena full screen, ideally. Which there's Lena. Lena, they cannot hear you yet, but Lena, can you hear me? Okay. Perfect. So, Lena, the first thing I'm going to do is turn on the audio. So now everyone should be able to hear you. And then we should transition over so they can actually see you. That would probably be a good thing that I did. Ah, no. See, I screwed up and I didn't click the other button that I need to click, which is this one. Now they should be able to hear you. Go ahead. No, still can't. Oh, my God. What did I do? I have broken something. I have broken something, Lena. This is why we test it. This is why. One sec here. Now, this happened to us last time, actually. That's right. This happened to us last time, and it was in the settings for Zoom itself was the issue. Yes, they should be able to see you. Oh, there it is right there. I bet you if I click this button, now you're live. Go ahead.
Testing?
Yeah,
can people hear me?
There it is. Now everybody can hear you. And then I've just got to click here. And then I should be able to hear you as well. Go ahead.
Testing.
Yeah, see? Now we've got everything.
All right, there we go.
Yeah, John Morgan says, your coolness has broken the stream.
Oh, John.
Yeah,
John.
See? This is why we do the tests, though. This is why, because there's, like, I think the crazy thing a lot of people don't know is, like, for this to work, there's, like, 17 buttons I have to click. It's crazy.
Right. Yeah.
Michelle says the audio is good. Thank you, Michelle. Clearly, Lena's dropped the ball on checking audio for us, as she does every Monday, but this week just didn't.
Oh, come on, DJ. I was coming on to this.
Lena's just too cool. I see you're driving home, though. You're not driving and live streaming, are you?
No. I'm in the passenger's seat.
I hope so. That would be insane. Lena's like driving. Hey guys.
No, absolutely not.
That's good. Lena, I have a funny story for you.
Okay.
So, I don't know if you know what the inside of Teslas are, like what they look like, but they have that big screen, right?
I think I've probably seen it when you showed it. When you showed some of it.
Yeah, so it's my dream car. I was really excited to buy it this year, and a police officer saw it and got mad at me because he thought, and if you Google an image, you'll see what I mean, but the police officer thought it was a giant iPad, like I was just driving while holding an iPad or something, and he was like, you can't do that. I'm like, that's not me, bro.
Really?
It's the car, man, I promise. I swear.
Wow. Really?
I feel bad for him, to be honest.
Oh, wow. But yeah, that's well, I can kind of see how someone might mistake that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
100%. Well, this is exciting that I fixed this, thank goodness. And you guys can't even see the stress. Like, it's good. It's just like, It's pretty good. Cassie says, John Morgan says, rocking the red headphones again.
Yeah, yes, I am. Yep.
It's pretty good. John, you changed the station with voice command. That's how you do it. Killer. Well, Lena, thank you so much for jumping on. I'm going to get to the next person here. Thank you so much for jumping on, Lena. And I'm stoked for Mr. Ward. How about you?
Oh, yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Are you going to have questions?
I'm definitely excited.
This is why am I so nervous, Lena?
Well, maybe it's because you're going to be talking to one of your former teachers.
Yeah, I thought that too, but I was telling Janelle earlier, I'm like, I don't know. I've seen a few of my other teachers. I'm like, eh. But Mr. Ward, for some reason.
Well, it could be maybe because like he's left like such a big impact for you.
He did kick very hard.
No, like
Get it? He left an impact because he kicked me in the face?
Well, I didn't mean it like that, DJ.
I like throwing puns at you and just seeing your face go, ugh.
But of course, I didn't mean it like that. Oh, jeez, DJ.
Oh man, this is gonna be fun. This is gonna be great.
Yeah, I'm excited.
Yeah, me too. Me too. Okay, Lena, I'm gonna get to the next one. Thanks for jumping in, and we'll see you soon.
Yeah.
Sweet. 2 of DJ. Nobody needs to see that. Nobody needs to see that. Yeah, this is gonna be. Yeah, this one I'm excited because I've talked to Mr. Ward a couple of times, and like Without Mercy touring and stuff, he's come out to see us. It's been really cool, and we had some cool conversations and stuff. But it was always like we were getting pulled to do photos or autographs or whatever, and Mr. Ward is not the kind of guy to have like followed us. He just kind of watched the show. He checked out the band van. I remember he'd be really excited about the band van. Be like, wow, you're actually doing it. Like, yeah, man. And he got us like, I feel bad for him because as Janelle would tell you, we went on tour for a little over a month. And Mr. Ward got us on our last show, and it was our last show of the entire tour, and we'd been in that van for a month. The smells that man must have. Oh, my goodness. Not the real Eric. What's up, buddy? Welcome to the chat, man. This is fixing to be a good one. So if you guys want to jump in the live and help me test it just before we get going, go ahead and follow the link below, templemusicacademy.com/live. Come jump in and show me what is up and how we figure this stuff out with Mr. Ward. How do we figure this stuff out? Let's see. Uh-oh, big boom. Oh, no, Kelly. Oh, no. That's no good. That's no good, Kelly. We do have to crack the ceremonial drink. Thank you so much for reminding me. This can is slightly misshapen, so here we go. We have grapefruit tonight. Let's crack it. Cheers, Templars. We're here. And stuff. I must say, Mr. Ward and I have not had a... Now, this is... I'm going to share something with you. I always share stuff with you guys. This is the weird thing for me. I was talking to my friend Ryan today, and the weird thing is tonight is going to be a time where I guess I talk to Mr. Ward as a peer in a way, and I just don't see it. I just still see him as Mr. Ward. He's the dude. He's the dude. Like, that's the guy. I just don't see it as Jude is texting me. It's weird to look at him as, like, not... I mean, I still do. I mean, for God's sake, I'm still calling him Mr. Ward, and I just can't not do it. It's so crazy. So crazy indeed. So if anybody wants to jump onto this Zoom call with me right now and talk me down a bit, now's the time. Now's the time. Oh, man. I can never call someone I really respected when I was younger by their first name. Yeah, 100%, Michelle. 100%. Oh, my goodness. I thought part of the thing that we would do here in the beginning of tonight, if you guys were down, was we had that post on the page, or the community board of the page, I should say. And we asked you questions that said, hey, if you had 5 minutes alone with me, what would you ask me? I'm going to address some of those questions now. They really need to make a more efficient way to get to the community board. Like, they really do. That needs to be a thing. Okay, so the comment was, you get 5 minutes alone to ask DJ anything. What do you ask? Let's deal with John. I think his first name is Mr. I'm reasonably sure that's what it is. Okay, so the question's in no particular order. Is there a chance you'll react to Jacob Collier's Moon River, since it's one of the most impressive songs I've heard in my life? That comes from Domi about a week ago. Domi, yes, there is a chance. I think Janelle saw this and told me about it, so I've got to. I've got to get in on that. I hope you meet my dad someday. You and him have very similar senses of humor. Yeah, Lena, but I'd be willing to bet he's way cooler than I am. Way cooler. Describe the first student you made a big breakthrough with, and do you hope to do that as often as possible? The first student I made a big breakthrough with. This is from Chris. What's up, Chris? I hope you're here for this tonight, man. I think I saw you earlier in the chat, but I sure hope you're here, buddy. The first student I made a big breakthrough with. I mean, the obvious answer is yes, I do hope to do that as often as possible. But a big breakthrough, probably my student Lee. He's a younger kid. I think he's like 12 maybe. And he started playing guitar a few years ago, and something clicked. Something just clicked for him, and he ran at all the difficult pieces he possibly could. He would listen to me when I said, let's just do blind exercises for an hour right now. He begged his mom to up his lessons from 30 minutes to an hour. He comes an hour every week, sometimes twice per week. The kid's really busting his ass to get good. So, yeah, good for him. That's probably one. How have you been going? Times are tough for a lot of us. I hope you're okay. And I hope everyone's okay that's reading this too. Yeah, Woven, I'm doing all right. I got Janelle and I got you guys, so life's pretty good. You know, life's pretty good. When will I cover more voice play? It's coming. It is coming. Voice play is sadly one of the groups that got left behind when we were doing the switch. How do you get your beard so luscious? Pure Templar joy. That's what happens. Hey, Steph, welcome back. Favorite musician, dead or alive right now? Wes Hauck. You want a drink? No, I've got one, thanks. Can we jam? Kind of difficult where I'm at. What day is it? It's Monday. There we go. That was cool. Michelle coming in with the hit the like buttons. Yes, please hit that like button, guys. This is the friendly reminder that tonight we have a brand new shirt that is over there on the web store. Jump in if you are so inclined. Use code Templar5. Get yourself some savings, guys. A brand new shirt that is my homage to all of you. The Getsu 365 shirt. That is out there, up there, out there, over there, that there, something there. Fun fact for anybody staring at this photo right now, you can see there's a picture in the top left-hand corner of a llama. I tell all the students that I'm teaching in the day that that is the llama of judgment, and it hates you. For some reason, they always laugh. I don't understand why. I'm like, oh, this llama of judgment hates you. It says you suck right now. And it always laugh every single time. Every single time. Don't know why. And if you're just joining us now, thank you so much. Click that like button. Let's get ready and prepped as we are about to interview Mr. Ward just over 20 minutes from now. Maybe just under. He seems to be a pretty early guy. Just under 20 minutes from now will be Mr. Ward, who, if you don't know who that is, he is my first ever music teacher. Met me in grade 7. Tolerated me grade 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 1 year after after high school too, I used to go ask him advice because I was on a music scholarship thing. And then we kind of just lost touch. I was doing a martial art thing for a while, fell back in love with music, came back to it. He saw I was in a band, and that's it. No more 80-hour work weeks. That's good. Lilac would be awesome for a shirt. Sure. Sounds good, guys. Sounds good. Thanks to all of you that are messaging me frequently, too. I get DMs on Instagram and stuff from you guys. It's really rad. Really, really rad. My lack of hair soon, John. It's getting to that point, dude. Getting to that point indeed. So if you guys didn't get a chance on the Discord, we were letting you throw in some questions for Mr. Ward. Let me pull up that Discord now. We'll just take a look-see at some of the questions that you guys have asked. I haven't really had a chance to peruse them, but I hope there's some crazy ones. Let's take a look-see here. So there is a channel. It's in the Hangout tab. We just go to the interview questions. And, ooh, there's actually quite a few good ones in here. This should be nice. Was DJ interested in any instruments other than guitar? That's going to be a good question, Chris. That's going to be a good question. Chris asking the tough ones. What music would you have liked DJ to gone into? Can you imagine if he just comes at me with, I wish he played jazz. It's true, John. I mean, Dev does it. I could not pull it off anywhere near as good as Dev, but I'll do my best. That's all that matters. Oh, hey, Frank Curry in the chat. Yeah, Frank and I went to school together. He knows this. Frank is actually an amazing guitarist and drummer. I remember you being really good at drums, brother. Mr. Ward, Mr. Neufeld era. Yeah, dude. Yeah, dude. Hells yeah. Hells yeah. It's such an iconic time. Such an iconic time. Mr. Ward was, well, for lack of a better term, like the band director, and Mr. Neufeld was like the choir director. I think that's far too simplistic of a title for them both because they both did crazy things. But yeah, Mr. Ward was responsible for all the instrumentation and stuff like that, and Mr. Neufeld really in charge of like the vocal programs, which is pretty cool. This is a blast from the past. Big time. Now, when Mr. Ward jumps on with us here, what we're going to do is keep the chat like active as active as you guys want. Ask the questions you want to ask. If I don't get to them, I apologize. We'll do the best we can. You guys asking Frank to give you embarrassing stories of me? Please don't, Frank. I don't know, John. Still jump in with it. Mr. Ward is he was very intellectual for me when I was like growing up and stuff like that. He challenged a lot of the things that I thought, which I think is important as an educator for sure. He challenged a lot of things. Never could you just be like, well, I like this band or I like this song. He'd go, why? Well, tell me what is it? What is it are you hearing? What is it you're hearing and stuff? And that was really cool. John Morgan's our Goodwill Hunting. Yeah, Elena, I cannot. It failed 3 block tests. Bam. I mean, Michelle's got a good point. The most important thing to teach your students is to think. 100%. 100%. Like, I wonder, I've never directly asked Mr. Ward what he thought of teaching me concert band and jazz band, and I don't think we really did much arrangements until after school, but like, or after high school, I should say. But I never directly asked him what he thought about me playing in a death metal band and totally going down that route. It was just never asked. It's crazy, absolutely crazy to me. Maybe John's the Robin Williams character. Maybe that's the real thing here. Make sure I share this. What's up, Wes? Good to see you, man. Make sure I share this. Oh my. What's up, Wes? Good to see you, man. Hey, Wes, liking the stream. Thank you, Wes. Done and done. Oh, look, DJ Temple has shared the post. I shared my own post. Oh, my goodness. Even still, Cassie, thanks so much for jumping in. We hope to see you again. Hope to see you again. Yeah, how long have I been out of school? I guess 20 years, right? I'm 38 now. John Morgan. Ouch. Ouch. Oh, man. That one stung. I love it, dude. I love it. Oh, man. You know what? If I remember, I'm gonna lead with that question, John. That's what I'm gonna do, buddy. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious, bud. Yeah, exactly. Apply cold water to burn area. I love it. All right. What? Why is that up? No. This. Oh, that's why. This. It will prevent the layup response. Oh, John. There we go. That's fixed. Fixed and ready to go. Well, guys, like a silly fool, I even upgraded or re-upped. I don't know what the term I'm looking to use here is. We redid the P.O. Box. If you guys want to send us something, Temple Music Academy at P.O. Box 14052, Trethewey P.O., Abbotsford, BC, Canada, Victor 2 Thomas 0 Bravo 4. Thank you for all of you that have sent cards and letters and gifts over the years. Or over the months and the weeks and the days. It's been pretty damn good, man. Pretty damn good. If you want to see us do an unboxing, we haven't done an unboxing on this live stream for quite a while. But let me know. Let me know. Send something our way. We'll send something back. Janelle and I like to do that. We're kind of silly. We recently sent some stuff out to some of you as a surprise, so I'm curious who got something in the last couple weeks. I am curious. And as we discussed this evening, head on over to TemplarMerch.com. Use code Templar5 at checkout. We actually have a new shirt just this evening, the Getsu 365 shirt. Make sure you grab yourself one if you feel something so inclined to do so. Use code Templar5. Save yourself something, because that's what we're all about over here at the Temple Music Academy, is saving things. I don't really know what else to tell you. And just for fun, let's switch the angle a little bit here. There's the angle to the side. You can see how wonderfully messy and incoherent this desk is tonight. Just wonderfully messy and incoherent. Because that's what I do in life. That's what I do. See you later, Kelly. Thanks so much for jumping in. I hope you get your power back soon. That's craziness over there. Absolute craziness. Now, the one thing I was advised to do by a buddy of mine, I forgot to do, so I'm going to do that now, which is like this really silly thing. I like to try and set something silly up here. So let's see what I can do. This is going to be hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Here, let's do this. Let's do this. And then let's just do this. A little better, John. A little better. It's been a rough go. But she's hanging in there. I'm glad, Nani. That's rough. Ah. It might not be there, Lena, or maybe I didn't send or something. Oh, man. Oh, man. So, let's see. How do I, if I rename this to this, and then I go like this, what do you guys think? Well, that's weak. We need at the very least to get the whole thing covered. And then down here like this. There we go. This is a bit better. That's a bit better, I'd say. Much better. And then I could add, is it this? Yeah, I could add this and this, which would then give me this. And then just like that, if I've got to talk to the guest or whatever, I can just totally do that. Pretty amazing. Hey, Matt's in on this. What's up, Matt? Good to see you, buddy. Good to see you. We're going to bring Mr. Ward in here in a minute, and we're all pretty pumped about it, I think. So let me explain what we'll do, guys, is when Mr. Ward jumps in, I'll go to the BRB screen, and we'll let the music play while I quickly talk to Mr. Ward for a minute. And then from there, I'll bring him back in, and we'll do the whole chat thing, and life is good. Make sure you guys get your questions ready. I'm going to go to the BRB screen right now and have a small panic attack. You guys do your thing. We'll see you guys in a quick sec. Watch it go. And just like that, I'm back. Isn't this fun? This is great. It's a kind of Santa vibe with it. John, just always throwing the trash here, John. You always got to be doing it, buddy. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, you know the drill as we always do. It would appear that there is someone at my door. Ladies and gentlemen, let's do this thing. Make sure to get your questions going. Let's have some fun and welcome the incomparable. This is Mr. Ward, ladies and gentlemen.
Mr. Ward.
This is Mr. Ward.
Can we change that right away?
Can we change that?
Yeah, because I mean, Mr. Ward, that was the guy that worked with you about 40 years ago. So I'm Mark. Anyway, hi.
We've been chatting about this. I can't not call you Mr. Ward. I don't know how.
Okay, all right.
It's a thing. It's a thing. The chat is going nuts. They're saying hi, and the goal here is that we're just gonna chat and talk about the randomness questions that John Morgan likes to throw.
Good.
I promised John Morgan that I would totally lead with his question.
Okay.
Aside from me, what is your life's biggest disappointment?
Oh man. Oh, there is nothing more disappointing than.
Oh wow.
Man, that's wow. Holy crow. Boy, I've been so lucky. I haven't had a lot of big disappointments in my life. And this is a thrill. This makes up for anything that you did at high school. So
yeah, great.
This is incredible.
Oh, thanks, John. I appreciate it, buddy. That was good. I always like to do audio checks. Audio, how is it for you guys in the chat? Please let me know. And hopefully things should be okay. Nice answer. Eric's laughing. The room loves it. How are you, sir? This is crazy.
I know, this is so good. And thanks. I mean, it's nice to chat. And if there's several people listening in, I guess that's cool too. So thanks for inviting me. This is fun.
Yeah, we've been laughing how this is the interview I'm the most nervous for.
Oh, okay. Well, I'm nervous too, if that helps at all. I don't know. I mean, you've done these already. You're famous. You're the man.
I'm famous on bathroom stalls everywhere, as my wife reminds me.
Well, I looked. As a matter of fact, I had a background all loaded up here because it didn't take long to find it. I was quite, just a second, see if I can call it up here for you. But it only took me about 20 seconds to find this. So you're famous. If you look for Mark Ward on the internet, you get some soccer player who was arrested for, I don't know, something. Anyway, anyway, here, this will look better. Okay, how's that?
Oh, it's so cheesy. Oh,
I don't know. Is there a resemblance except for the hairline? I don't know. Anyway.
Oh my God, no. That was I discovered Photoshop. That's what that was.
Well, good. It's worked out, So, yeah. Anyway, we're back.
Yeah. Thank you. Much less cheesy this way. Oh man. So yeah, the Templars. That's what they call themselves.
Yeah, very cool.
They went nuts with the questions, sir. So if it's okay with you, I'd like to kind of just jump right in.
Sure. I'll do my best.
A lot of them were really rad. I'm going to pull them up on my phone, so if you see me looking down, it's not that I'm texting out of sheer terror that this is going to go wrong.
Or boredom.
Or boredom. Let's see. Where are you here? Yes, the interview questions. So I'm not going to say who did it. I'll just read the questions randomly. Was DJ interested in any instruments other than guitar?
Okay, so for you people that out there, I didn't know DJ was a guitar player until, somewhere 2 years in, 3 years in. And he started talking about, I've been doing this stuff on guitar and I really want to show you. I've been working on my chromatics and listening to a band called Pantera. I just wrote DJ a couple of nights ago. We were talking about doing this, and I said, my understanding and knowledge of metal begins and ends with Black Sabbath Paranoia, which is 1,000,000,000 years ago. And anyway, so I knew DJ as a trumpet player. That's what he played in high school, and was a good trumpet player, good high school trumpet player. And I mean, it was. I think he showed up at my door one day, maybe not, maybe anyway, with his guitar and started playing these chromatics on guitar, and my jaw dropped. I said, "Wow!" I mean, I didn't even know this was a thing. I'm not into Pantera, and if I would turn it off if it came on, because I don't listen to that stuff. And I think you have to, like anything, the more you listen, the more you get into it, and the more you hear. So I was amazed that DJ was playing anything besides trumpet, and that he was doing this, and doing it well.
Yeah,
so
Pantera was huge for me because I think you'll get this. It was the bravado. It was like, and the dude Dimebag could play guitar. Like he really could play guitar.
Well, yeah.
But it was just the and seeing them live was game over. That was it.
Yeah. And when was that? When did you see them live first?
It probably would have been like 2000.
Yeah.
Huh. It was like I've been bitten. That's it. That's what I'm going to do now. I saw this question and chuckled because I was like, other instruments. This is going to be good.
Yeah.
This is one for you. Somebody asks, what was the defining moment that got you into music education?
Man, I struggled for a long time. I wanted to play trumpet, and I heard all of the amazing people out there, and I was working at it, but not, I think people like you and other people who are the most successful players never stop to think, should I be doing this? They just do it because they love it and they don't consider doing anything else. I wanted to play trumpet. I knew I enjoyed music. I loved being in bands. Boy, if there was a defining moment, I think I remember going into my parents' room late one night because my dad was not a big, I'm going to be a musician fan. And I said to him, look, I've thought about this a long time, and I'm going to still go to school because I thought that was a good idea, go to university, but I'm going to go study music. And he surprised me. He, thought about that for a while, and he said, yeah, well, okay, if that's what you're going to do, then go do it, but make sure you work at it. And boy, I don't remember what year that was. I could think back. But I went to school, and I guess I was hooked after that. I loved, being in the bands and conducting the bands, and being part of that. And later, after I taught for 9 years, I went back to school thinking, I wonder, could I still do this? At that point, I think I thought to myself, I could go be a trumpet player in one of the kind of the B-level orchestras. I'd never be at the top level, but I could play in probably one of the, like junior B hockey or the second level down, and make a living at it. But the stuff that you get to play in those orchestras, I would have gotten bored. I'd be playing the same, 23 pieces for the next 30 years. And I'd still have to teach private lessons to make ends meet. And so I kind of gave up on that and thought, no, I'm just going to go teach. And I enjoyed it. And that's when it ended up out in Abbotsford and met all sorts of great people out there. And you.
Yeah. Hey, apply cold water to burn area.
Yes, exactly.
Well, the story I remember is like grade 7. I was still where we were at in this era of time. There wasn't a middle school yet. It was like when grade 7 was the last year of elementary school, and that's when my mom signed me up for like the extracurricular band, and it was a weird thing. We didn't talk about it in my house. Nobody in my family tree played anything. So
Yeah.
It was totally random. And and I picked trumpet. I remember specifically why I picked trumpet, because I had this thought in my head was like, well, this dude plays trumpet, so maybe it'll be like an easy A or something. It
But
wasn't.
and I picked up trumpet because my uncle played.
Oh.
So I knew it. That was the instrument I knew about. I bided my time because the director went through all of the different instruments, and I started on tuba, and he wanted a tuba player, but I fought him finally and got the trumpet because my uncle had one, and so there.
Oh, that's pretty nuts, man. Yeah, this is nostalgia just coming at me here right now. It's pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. Do you have a favorite artist or genre?
I like horn bands. I love Chicago. I like any of the groups that have horns in them. Earth, Wind, and Fire. That's what I was in high school with, and that was before the dawn of time. But I mean, that's who I grew up listening to. So while you were listening to Pantera, around starting to listen to that stuff when you were in grade 7, that's what I was listening to around the same time. And that's what I gravitate to most. I listen to a lot of stuff. I listen to some classical music. I love listening to big classical pieces with, 150-piece orchestras with lots of brass and stuff. I think that's exciting. I listen to some jazz, a fair amount of jazz. But I guess if I was on a desert island and looking at my playlist, it would have, Chicago, Earth, Wind, and Fire. Who else? Lighthouse, Canadian band. Probably a little Sting in there because he always has horns in his bands. People like that.
And Pantera.
Oh, of course. Yeah, that's right. Second on my playlist.
Second to throw out.
Second somewhere. I don't know.
DJ ruined this band for me. Just throw it over there. A lot of the Templars, because I talk a lot about this whole thing is cool that I get to do, and there's guitars on my wall, and I toured around and played, and it's awesome. But
see, I've got these trumpets here.
Yeah, see. But for me, it all comes down to. Pantera made me want to do it at all, and made me, and it didn't matter how good I would be or wouldn't be at the instrument. It didn't matter because I had to do it. I had no choice. Yeah. Do you remember the time when I got the feverish just pitch for that band and I just wouldn't shut up about them?
I don't remember specifically, but I do remember hearing the name Pantera a lot, and then after that, Dimebag, and of course I completely misunderstood that.
Yes.
Being a high school teacher, what are you talking about now? Oh, it's okay. It's music. I guess that's okay. I remember you being very excited about them.
Yeah, I remember the things that if they had they used to have these home videos they would put out, which was just backstage antics.
Yeah.
And anything music related, I had to come and tell you right away. And most teachers that I had Mr. Faulkner teaching me Japanese or whatever, and they were just like, yes, I don't care. Go conjugate the verbs or whatever. But I remember you showing genuine interest, being like, really? So they do that, do they? Yeah. Or at least your acting was amazing at showing genuine interest.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Yeah, no, it's important. I mean, I think anybody that does, what you do, your level, has had some point, some excitement, some, like you say, hook that's come in and grabbed you. So, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Sorry, go ahead.
No, please, go ahead, please.
Well, I was going to mention the other thing was I listened in high school. My dad always had music on, and his music was big band music from the 50s, 40s, and 50s. And so there was that kind of music, and we had a provincial exam I went to school in Quebec. And so we had a provincial exam our final year, and introduced me to a guy named Maynard Ferguson, who's a trumpet player. And he was a screech trumpet player, played higher notes and wonderful, real high energy band, but took the big band stuff it wasn't your mother's or your father's big band anymore. Lot more electric guitars, electric basses in there too. So he was another person, and that style of big band I got excited about as a trumpet player, and tried to emulate him. So
yeah, was that like considered rebellious then to do that?
Rebellious? No. He was probably at the tail end of the big band era. There was big bands had made a little bit of a comeback, so they were being played in more places. And I got to see him live, like you got to see Pantera live, and that was a thrill. So.
Yeah, seeing Pantera live was a game changer. But I also remember seeing you in, I don't want to get this wrong. Is it Dixieland Jazz Festival?
Could be, yeah.
That's the one for me that I distinctly remember. That was like this is what I've said. I've said before in this in interviews or whatever about seeing you play there was like the I don't know what the word would be. But it was like seeing you unreleased, like you were able to just do whatever the hell you wanted to do, and you played the music that you wanted to play in the versions and the way that you wanted to do it. And I remember distinctly seeing you play "It Don't Mean a Thing If It Ain't Got That Swing."
Oh yeah, okay.
And you shared the vocal part, and I remember going like, "Oh, so that's what it means to actually play what you want to play." Does that make sense at all?
Yeah, no, it's really important to be able to do that, and to have your own. Well, there's something more there than just playing the notes and the rhythms, right? You're enjoying what you're doing, and hopefully that comes across. You could describe that in different ways. Some people call it intensity, and you'll see somebody playing, and they're incredibly intense, and they're in the moment, and they're doing it, and you get sucked in or drawn into what they're doing, and it's very powerful.
Yeah, it really was. It really was. And you used to tell a story, unless I'm completely forgetting this, but you used to tell a story about somebody that could play trumpet and sing out the side of their mouth or something. Was that?
Oh, I don't know. There was somebody that hums and plays. There's a couple of people that do that. Yeah, they hum one note and play another. Although if you look up, there's currently, and I haven't seen her sing and play, but and talk about joy and energy and just loving what you're doing. And I'll pronounce her name wrong, but you can find her on YouTube, and different style of music again, but she plays jazz and sort of Dixieland, and we'll play 3 trumpets at the same time. And her name is Carling. I'm going to mess it up. Carling Grunhilde. It's not like Brunhilde, but it's something like that. While we're talking, I'll try and see if I can find it. Anyway, she exudes that just absolute joy about what she's doing. So
100%. That's craziness.
Yeah.
Weird one for you. What was the quintessential, like? I know personally, me with guitar playing stuff, I was like, oh man, I actually was able to play this piece or this material, or I learned this move, or I got included in this thing. Is there something that happened with you for trumpet? Because I have a story I'll tell after, but I'm curious what your like something that just made you go, yeah, I play trumpet.
Boy. Just different things, I think. Boy, I can't think of one particular incident. I remember finishing a couple of solos, different times, different jobs we were playing, and turning, and somebody might, look at you and kind of nod, and you knew it was more than just, it was, and I felt good about that. So those instances happen, and occasionally, when you get to sit in with players, and I encourage everybody to do that. If you're looking at it, find a way to play with people who are way better than you are, and just being there and taking it all in. And then afterwards, occasionally you think, I did okay there. I fit in for a minute or, whatever. So, I wish I could come up with a specific incident. Go ahead.
But see, that's what I was gonna say, was that attitude that you, because like to a much lesser degree, I'm an educator now too, but to a much lesser degree, but I've been made aware, for good and for bad, the nonchalant things that you say off the cuff that actually get embedded in the student. Like for example, that comment you said about always try and be like, I'm a little crasser, the shittiest player in the room, is kind of like what you're saying. Like, yeah, be the crappy one so you learn more. That's been my whole vibe learning guitar this whole time. Like, who can I get to teach me? Who's the best there is? I'm not going to reinvent the wheel. I'm going to throw a bunch of money at it, and I didn't have any money, so that made it hard. But like, whoever I could get to help me learn, I would just always. And you're the person I got that from, because you were like, you should do this.
Yeah, go out and do it. Absolutely, and make it happen. And that's what successful people do. They make an opportunity, find opportunities, they find ways to do it, And I haven't spent a lot of time with any one amazing, like, let's say top, you're working with, sorry, remind me again, your teacher.
Chris Broderick.
Yeah, who's top level, like top, what, 5%? And I haven't, I've worked with some people and listened to some people, but not over a long period of time. But I always found a way to go to workshops, or so-and-so's in, Edmonton. Oh, it's 6 hours away from me, but I'll find a way to get there because I can drive there. I don't have to fly to Los Angeles to hear them. And yeah, make the most of those opportunities. Take them when you can. There's one I'll tell you that I missed, that I'm sad. And I mean, a bunch of people from school. I was going to school in London, Ontario. And some on a late Friday or Saturday night, after several adult beverages, somebody called the principal trumpet player, one of the best orchestral trumpet players in the whole world, who lived in Chicago. And, and through who knows what the conversation was, they said, well, we just really appreciate what you're doing. And he said, well, you should come down to a concert sometime. And I don't remember if it was an 8-hour drive. I didn't go, but about 8 of my friends went, and he met them backstage and he talked to them for about 2 hours before the concert. And this is the best guy in the world. Would be charging equivalent of, I don't know, $300, $500 an hour to take a lesson. Back then, it wasn't that much, but the equivalent today. And they all went and met with him. I mean, what an incredible experience. And I don't remember why I couldn't go, but, still regret not taking that time to go do it. Go
Ouch.
make the best of those. Sorry, that sounds like I'm I don't know, anyway.
Well, that's true though. Like, so many of us are scared to make any kind of a leap at all. It doesn't matter what it is.
Yeah, no, it's hard. And yes, and I will be and have been the worst in the room, but but I got a little better.
That's been my problem, is anytime I think I'm good, I look at my friends and I go, damn it.
Yeah.
Chris just posted a video. James asks, did you see the spark in DJ to be a great teacher?
I don't know about teacher. I knew DJ was going to, go places. He still does. He's outgoing. He's determined, and you could see that. He asks questions. There's so many people that don't ask questions, and you wish they would, because that shows that they're thinking and that they're engaged in what you're doing. I mean, and the other thing that I think I noticed about you was your determination. And if there's anything that you could teach at school that would help people be better at what they're doing, it would be to be determined, or be don't give up, whatever the adjective is that describes that. You just go after something and you keep doing it until you're satisfied that you've done it enough, or until you go on to other things. But if we could teach that determination and drive and stick-to-itiveness somehow at school, people, we'd be more successful at teaching. Although all of those things I don't think are taught. They're, if you've got it, they're in here and you work on it. Like you how many hours did you spend doing those chromatics? And
well, it helps that girls don't talk to you. That helps. that was great. I always talk about my wife on this channel because like I busted my acid guitar because I thought it would it impresses women is the lie that it tells all of us.
That's why I play trumpet. Yeah.
And like my wife doesn't give a shit, dude. She doesn't care at all. I'm like, oh, look at this thing that I could do. She's like, yeah, the dishes are still in the sink.
Yeah.
Like, I don't care.
Yeah.
It's brutal. But someone just say I just think I'm stubborn. That's my thing.
Good. Let's teach that. If there's a way to teach it, and it's hard, but how do you teach people, not be jerks about it, not be assholes about being stubborn, not that kind of stubborn, but just, in here, I'm going to do this until I get it right. Or anyway.
Yeah. Lena's asking if I was into any other instruments in band class aside from the trumpet.
Boy, I don't remember. You would know better than me. Did you play a little bit of something else in jazz band ever, or?
I distinctly, now that I'm an adult, I remember you allowing me to play like 16 bars on the drum set just to shut me up so I would go back to the trumpet. I'm very well aware that's what happened.
Well, I think that's good. That was why anyway, like, you got to let them try. My son is a drummer. He's out in Vancouver right now, actually, and playing drums. He was a trombone player in high school. And I didn't push. I didn't say, like, you're going to play in the band and you're going to play trombone. Mostly his choice, I guess. I think his mom snuck in a couple of nights and said, anyway. But that's what he did. He said, hey, Dad, it's lunchtime. Nobody wants to sit with me and have lunch. No, he didn't do that. But can I play the drums? I said, sure, here's some sticks. Go ahead. Not hurting me. And he's not going to hurt the drums. Do you want to try flute? Sure, here's a flute. I've only got half an hour at lunch. Here you go. Now you're on your own if you want to go try that. Because you don't know what's going to stick. Yeah. I mean, as a parent, you keep throwing stuff at your kids and hoping they'll find something that they like. Same thing with musicians. I'm glad we didn't have any bagpipes in the band room, but
$10 says it would have been me playing them because they're obnoxious. Absolutely obnoxious. Look, this is the part of the interview I don't want to ask, but they're not going to forgive me if I don't. They want to hear whatever embarrassing story you can muster.
Oh, man.
It's cool. Let's just pretend you don't have any. Let's just do that.
Yeah, I don't. I remember watching you do stand-up, and we talked about this. There was a talent show at the school, and there was people singing and playing piano and doing who knows what else. And you signed up to do a stand-up routine. And I don't remember. It was sort of not America's Got Talent. What was the show that was on then? Because Simon was on it at that point too. Anyway, whatever show.
Just American Idol, I think.
Yeah. Anyway, there we are sitting, and DJ comes out into the spotlight in the audience. It's all dark. And I don't know if it was embarrassing for you, but man, I was so nervous, because you don't want anybody up there to fail. And I don't think you did. It was okay. And I couldn't tell you any of the jokes that you told that night, or any of the stories, whatever. But I remember watching you and feeling nervous, really nervous for you. I wish I could tell you that, I don't know, you came back from the bathroom with a piece of toilet paper hanging off of your shoe or something. But man, sorry. Were you at the school when the tennis courts flooded and they took boats with some canoes out in the tennis courts.
Yes.
And that's not embarrassing for you, but that's one of the things I remember happening at school.
It was crazy. I remember the first inclination of touring I ever had was with you, because we would hop on the Greyhound buses and go to like Alberta and play other schools or the West End Mall or something. And I remember thinking like, I grade 9. I don't know how old you are in grade 9. Chad, help me out if you guys know, but like, I just remember going, this is pretty sweet. And there's people that do this all the time.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got the bug for it.
Yeah. Not in, So you went from touring in the high school bus, which was, you know, a $200,000 Prevost, to your van that you were.
Yes, and I wouldn't change it, man. It was something.
Yeah.
We got to see, we saw this whole country in that shitty Chevy Astro.
Oh man. Yeah.
The smells.
Oh, I don't. Yeah.
Oh man. No, they're asking here opening jokes. So a band instructor walks into a bar with a bagpipe. That's funny, Mr. Wright. I think the thing about the stand-up was everyone kind of expected me to play trumpet or something. I think that was the thing. And then I was like, no, I'm going to try this random thing I've never done before.
Yep.
Oh. Yeah, I got another question for you here. Let me load her up. The biggest one, I like to try and save this one's kind of silly. It was when it was obvious to you that I was into Pantera. Was it terrifying to watch it happen?
Terrifying for me, because I was afraid you would ask me for some advice about the music, and I had no clue. You know, anyway, just wasn't my thing. No, and really, I should have gone out and started listening more just to see what was going on, to find out what was. So, no, that's a type of music. Everybody has one, I think, a type of music that they go, I'm not sure I get that, and thanks, I'll do that later.
Yeah.
And I mean, even still today, it's not. I already said it's not on the top of my playlist. Mind you, neither is opera. I don't listen to opera, and people say, yeah, you should listen to this. And I'll go, okay, yeah, after a minute, I need to go. But no, I don't remember anything else about you loving Pantera. I was just honestly, and this is going to sound so sucky, but I mean, it's always cool when somebody comes into the classroom and is excited about something, right?
Yeah, because I would imagine, because there had to be like 30 plus people in the band class, right? There had to be.
Yeah. I think there was, at least closer to 50, I was going to say, but yeah.
And I would imagine downright monotonous at times. Like, all right, tune. All right, you do drummer, stop noodling. Yeah, okay, thing. But like, if nobody was ever excited about anything ever, what the hell would be the point?
No, and I think that's one good thing about band is at least most of the people are there because they want to be, or at least, it's not like, okay, you have to go to math class. There's always a portion of the math class that would rather be anywhere else. But in band, you get to choose that. So, even if you're not fully engaged in it, there's a better chance that you're, enjoying it. And hopefully, and as a teacher, hopefully you're making it, somewhat enjoyable to go through. Not every second.
I used to skip math class to go hang out in the band room. I understand that's like a weird thing to do, but yeah. Mr. Wright is asking what is currently on your playlist.
I got a whole bunch of things here. Let me look. What I said, some of the horn bands, but also a trumpet player from Chilliwack originally, who's doing really well. And she plays Dixieland trumpet. Her name is Bria Skonberg. And she's, one of the Dixieland players in New York right now. And so she's on my playlist. Currently, I've got SpongeBob the Musical on my playlist because the high school here is doing the show, and I may get to play in the pit. I don't always get to do that because, they use high school musicians, which is great. But because of the interruptions and whatever due to COVID, they haven't been playing as much. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that they need somebody to play. So that's on my playlist. Man, what else? A trumpet player named Blue Mitchell, I've been listening to a lot. And whenever my one son is home, he's going to school in Lethbridge, but he comes home every once in a while. And if we're out doing errands, then he always gets to pick what's playing on the radio or, what's streaming from his phone. And I couldn't give you a name of anything right now, except for, and I hate to say it, but, I just lost it. But he listens to Drake and that kind of stuff. So I don't have any of that on my playlist, but I've been hearing it regularly.
Is there ever a moment where you just go, essentially, I'll stop trying to be current and just whatever makes its way to me makes its way?
Yeah, you have to. I mean, at some point, and I used to listen way more when I was going to school to university. I mean, you come home from university classes and I put on tunes, and not just put them on in the background, but sometimes sit down and really listen to them. The way that you listen, or the way that anybody that's studying. I mean, okay, what's he doing right there? He's going from this note, and I thought it was chromatic, but he skipped this note. And unless you're really listening, you don't hear that. But after teaching for a while, I found I was doing that less because you just want to break, from. Anyway, is there a time where I just shut down and don't want to listen? Was the question?
More so like you mentioned, your one son comes home and listens to Drake or something like that.
Yep.
Are you just like, I don't know who's a current artist, nor do I care if it makes
no,
sense?
I don't. I quit. I mean, if Jeopardy comes on and it's number one hits from anything after 2000, no clue.
We had RVP, who's a famous drummer. He plays with lots of groups. He used to play with Devin Townsend, we talk about Devin Townsend a lot on this channel. I hope you've discovered who that is. If not, I will send you some links.
Please do. I'll listen. I promise I'll listen once. I do that. I mean, after, I don't know. Anyway,
it's pretty amazing. But he was talking about tinnitus, and I wondered if that was if that's a thing you had any words of wisdom on, or you wanted to discuss.
Man, I'm so lucky. I've lost a lot of hearing. I've lost at least 30% in my right ear over the years, and that's partially from just being in front of bands all the time. Better band rooms that are designed for big ensembles are less damaging, but they're still damaging. And you probably know too, it's not like you have to be around 120 decibels all the time. It's cumulative over the day. So if you're listening to 90 decibels regularly or for extended periods of time over the day, you'll lose hearing and get tinnitus. And I mean, I have a trace, like maybe 1%, and it doesn't bother me. I mean, I can't hear it right now, but it's there. And you just have to be really careful. My son, the drummer, started wearing ear protection when he was just after high school. And I mean, you have to do that or lose it. You're gonna hurt yourself.
Yeah, for us, it was in Without Mercy, the band that I play in. It was the biggest fear was that we thought it was from playing live, and apparently the greatest source of hearing loss is during recording. It's not even during live. You don't even suspect it.
Well, and yeah, it depends on the room, right? If you're in a small room, all of that sound pressure, I don't know, it's compressed, it's denser, I guess. I don't know. I haven't looked at the scientific studies, but that makes sense to me.
Yeah, a lot of people I respect have been like, yeah, get some freaking ears. So yeah,
Yeah.
I spent a lot of money on those people that put the stuff in your ear and.
Oh yeah,
make the
yeah. I did
special
that in Abbotsford. I was playing in a R&B band, and the loudest band I've ever played with. And man, I came out of there sometimes, and I didn't have a lot of ringing in my ears. I did have it just felt like pillows, like people would be looking at you, and and that's exactly what I heard. I mean, so that puff. I will tell you, I was doing a show in Lethbridge one night. We were playing a show, a musical called The Music Man.
Mm-hmm.
And one of the actors, I was in the pit playing trumpet. One of the actors came in excited. I just bought a new gun. Okay, great. I don't know a lot of people that buy new guns, but it's a 38. It's a revolver. Do you want to go out and do some target practice? So I said, oh, well, okay, that sounds like fun. I haven't shot a lot of guns, but I'll go do that. So we went out and shot this gun, no hearing protection, and 5 shots, and all I can hear is, that's my ears. So 2 hours later, 3 hours later, I go to do the show, and all I can hear is, and I said to the conductor, if I'm playing wrong notes, would you look at me or throw something? Because I can't hear myself at all. And that was the only time I really had bad tinnitus. Anyway, halfway through the show, one ear was a semitone lower than the other, and it was just vibrating like this. But I made it through somehow, and I'm sure I damaged my hearing that day. So there, don't go shooting guns without hearing protection.
Oh my goodness. Oh my god, that's a stand-up joke I heard a comedian say once. He's like, there's only a certain grade of gun you should get for home defense because, there's a flash, then nothing.
Yeah. Well, and you laugh at all the cop shows now, because they fire off 30, 40 rounds, and then they start talking to each other. Are you okay? Like you wouldn't hear anything.
Exactly. Are you okay? Yes, it's about 3:30.
Yeah. Yeah, that's right.
James wants to know, who do you consider to be the greatest musician alive or dead?
Oh man. Let's see. Greatest musician. Okay, trumpet players? Because I don't think you can pick. It's so hard. You have to pick categories, right? Like, okay, so I could name off, Maynard Ferguson is a great trumpet player. Doc Severinsen is a great trumpet player. Clifford Brown is a great jazz player. Those are all trumpet players. Let's see. Musicians. Leonard Bernstein. Or if I might be messing his name up because I forget if it's Bernstein or Bernstein. But anyway, the guy that conducted the New York Philharmonic for a long time, he's amazing and wrote a whole bunch of amazing music. I like Sting's songwriting. I think Burton Cummings is an amazing singer. I will listen to him and the Guess Who frequently. Sure. Let's see, who else? Man, that's a tough question. Number one, boy, I don't think I could pick one person that's, the greatest musician of all time. And there's so many, and you keep finding out about them. One of the horrible things about YouTube is people say, have you heard of this amazing trumpet player who's been around for 40 years? And nope, I've never heard of them. How does that work? And they're unbelievable. How come I haven't been listening to this guy or this guitar player who released 3 independent CDs in Tasmania? There's so many incredible musicians out there.
I agree, and that's actually been my problem on the channel is the hate comments come in that I don't know who originally composed the song 45 years ago. Like the biggest one was this band called Home Free, who's an a cappella style group. They're absolutely amazing, but they did their own rendition of American Pie, and then they got Don McLean to come in.
Yeah.
I didn't know Don McLean wrote the song.
Oh, yeah.
As a 38-year-old Canadian who listens to death metal, sorry, guys, didn't know who wrote the song American Pie. I'm sorry. And that's just that was just awesome. They're like, this is not a real music teacher. He just sits in his mom's basement eating meatloaf. And I'm like, all right, that's weird. It's a very weird parallel you drew there. First of all, have you tried my mom's meatloaf?
Yeah.
I'm curious if you. I'm not sure how to phrase this question, so bear with me. But I'm curious the day that you discovered that I was in a death metal band, and what was were you just like, yeah, or were you like, what the fuck?
You mean like after school? So we haven't seen each other for years and years, and something came up on Facebook, or I don't know if you reached out and said, "Hey, Mr. Ward, I'm in this band." And I don't remember. That was within the last 8 years, let's say.
Yeah, because we didn't start playing until 2010, so that sounds about right. Yeah, and I graduated in 2001, so yeah, about 9 years at least.
Yeah.
But
so what did I think?
Yeah, I don't know how to phrase it, so I'll just leave that with you.
Yeah, no, I think my first thought was, yeah, that makes sense to me. Good for you. And as I found out more, as a matter of fact, I think you told me when you were touring through, maybe not here the first time, because that didn't happen until I was aware of you at that point for a couple of years. But you must have been going through Calgary or Edmonton, and I couldn't get there. But I knew that you were traveling back, touring back, at least, back east somewhere and then through again. And no, I don't know if I wasn't surprised is the right word, or that made absolute sense to me. And I thought, yeah, good for you.
Yeah, it was, I remember of all the people I wanted to know, it was you.
Yeah, well, cool. No, that was me. I was trying to find a picture, because we have a picture of when you were here that time. Somebody took, I don't know if it was my son or whatever, but anyway, both,
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was good times. It was, It's been really surreal. Even this whole YouTube thing has become a very surreal experience. This whole thing started because my wife was like, I am sick of you telling me what key that song is in. I don't care.
Yeah.
Like, did you see that? That was so cool though. He went to, no, I don't know what a Phrygian is, and I just want to go to the fridge. Leave me alone.
Yes.
So I started this, and these wonderful people that are in the live chat right now, and they're just all so about listening to us discuss music, and this all really honestly started with what you showed me in grade 7.
Which was
exactly.
Music, you mean? Yeah.
I mean, all those countless years of like just reading trumpet sheet music, and even now I have so many students that are in their own school bands or jazz bands needing help and assistance, and I'm like,
cool.
Yeah, I got you. Been there.
Yeah. Yeah, well, and it's good that you can share, because I'm sure there's people out there like your student the other day, and who are saying, hey, I'm struggling a little bit. I kind of like this and I really want to do it, but I need some help. And now there's so many places you can get that. Some scary places, but a lot of places, that you can say, hey, look, I need some help, and get some really valuable advice or good ideas.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, the internet has been like one of the coolest things is this meme I saw. I wish I made it. I want to take credit for it, but it wasn't mine. It was, I look back and I think of all the people in my life I got out of music and who wouldn't be there. And to think I traveled so much, Mr. Ward, because of this. Yeah. And I remember trying to get in touch with you the day we got signed. I wanted to tell you.
Yes, well, and I remember reading that. That was so cool. Well, but there's been a few other things like that too along the way for you, and it's so neat. I just, congratulations.
Well, thanks. I just getting signed was like the bullseye for me. I wanted that for so long, and now it's been nice. Jackson has picked me up. Wonderful guys over at Jackson Guitars and doing great things, and Ernie Ball Strings, and life is good. But,
yeah.
It all kind of started playing trumpet in grade 7. So there's that. There's that. Is there any advice that you would just want to toss to anyone that wants to hear? Anything that's like, Your years of doing stuff, anything at all.
Man. Wow. Well, I mean, we talked about it at the beginning. If you see something, go try it out. You know, in most cases, what's the worst that can happen? If you're, you know, if you get an opportunity to do something you haven't done before, you know, find out about it. And if it scares the shit out of you, then, you know, do as much work as you can in a short period of time, but then still go try it out. You know, it's not, you know, free climbing tall mountains. Maybe you should work a little before you go do that. But, man, you know, like, look at you. Who would have guessed? And if you had written out a plan 30 years ago, would it have looked like what it is today? Like,
No.
I don't know. All of those things you learn a little. Anyway, I sound like my father or my grandfather or something here. Just go try it.
That spawned this question. What is the newest thing you're trying right now?
Oh, okay. Hey, let's see. I tried pickleball. That hardly sounds like. Anyway. No, I've just started on Duolingo, learning Chinese, Mandarin.
That is awesome.
Yes. So, ni hao.
Ni hao ma.
Yeah.
That's all I know. I
Yeah,
know sheshe.
Shishi. Yes.
That's such a coincidence. I've been regarding on this channel how I just started learning Russian.
Oh, good. Yeah. Okay.
Which is a lot of fun. My wife is not a fan that I've learned to say my old wife is in a box because my new wife is in the ocean. And then my wife says, "Don't say that," and I just answer with, "Where's the box?"
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm still married somehow.
That's because you have a room alone away from everything else and you can lock yourself in there.
Yes.
Talk to other people.
And 2 hours a day I'm allowed out, she says.
Nice. Yeah, as long as the meds are in. Yeah.
Something like that.
Yeah.
Well, Mr. Ward, I don't want to keep you, sir, but thank you so much for jumping in on this with us.
Well, you're welcome. Thank you. I mean, all the best. I'm amazed. Congratulations. I'm not amazed. I am, whatever. I'm so happy that you've done what you've done and it's worked out and you're successful at what you're doing. And I wish you even more success.
Well, thank you, sir. It's I don't feel successful yet, but I'm working on it.
Well, and maybe that's one of the things you don't, I don't know, you keep going and then you only recognize how successful you've been when you look back a bit, right? Anyway.
That's the kicker. Stubbornness and not giving up. Mostly stubbornness.
Okay. Yeah, okay. Well, good. All the best to the Templars. I hope this keeps going. And thanks for letting me blither on here. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. And if you're willing, they are asking several times for it to not be the last, pretty please.
Well, let's see. I'll go practice some more Mandarin and we can do this in various and sundry other languages next time.
But it'll all be that basic. There is an apple in the park.
Yes, exactly. Or, mi abuela es tonda la aspiradora, which is Spanish for my grandmother is in the vacuum cleaner, I think. But anyway, that's...
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much, Mr. Ward, and have a great night.
You're welcome, Mr. Temple, and I thank you very much for all. Take care. Best of luck.
Bye-bye.
Ciao.
Well, that was that. That was that. My God, that was good to catch up. Guys, what did you think of Mr. Ward? Let me know. This is pretty surreal. That was pretty neat to get caught up and give you guys a little insight into the guy that started me on this whole music thing. And honestly, the biggest thing that I took from that right then and there was he was the one that said, just go try. And I don't know if that's what gave me the drive that he was talking about. It's very weird hearing any compliments from that man. It's very weird. I'm so used to Tune. I'm so used to that. So that was something. That was something. And yeah, wow. I'm curious what you guys thought. Let me know in the chat, guys. This is something that's got me hyped for a long time, and it's the #1 interview you guys have been asking me to do. So that's why we did it. I see Chay's in the chat, buddy. Good to see you, my friend. I didn't see much of the chat so much as I was trying to stay very, very focused on Mr. Ward, as he commands that kind of respect, I think. Absolutely, 100%. And yeah, man, that was cool. You can see where I get my outlook on life. I'm curious, what did you guys notice? Michelle says, "What a big what a great personality." You can see. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I agree, you guys. You can see it in him, right? And that's I think on a subconscious level, that's what I try and always tap into, because that's what I spent 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. That's at least 6 years under that man to learn that stuff. So, I mean, that was so cool. I'm like hyped right now. That was so much fun. So much fun. Oh, Nani coming in with the super chat. Thank you, Nani. Wow. Thanks, you, Nani. That's very kind of you. Joe says, "How could you not be inspired by such a cool teacher?" Yeah, right? How could you not be? The stories I would want to tell that I remember. That's so cool. Man. Nani, it's awesome to have you back, Nani. I'm so glad you were here for this monumental. Well, I think it was monumental. I think so. Yeah, Che, he's out in the hat, by the way, brother. That's where he's at, man. Thank you, Lena. I get it from Mr. Ward, I think, in part and parcel. Between Mr. Ward and Dimebag, I think that's pretty much... That's pretty much the shit right there, man. Some death metal trumpet. Mr. Ward and I do a collab. That'd be hilarious. It's not going to happen, but it would be hilarious. Hey, Davis, man. I'm so glad you made it, dude. And I'll get this one up on replay, of course. Of course, I'll get this up on replay. Thank you, Michelle. It's very kind of you to say. Very kind. Yeah, I'm just getting the come down from the adrenaline there. That was a lot of fun. That was a super lot of fun. I'm going to send him a thank you message before I forget. What was your guys' favorite moment there? What were your thoughts on stuff? I tried to get through as many of your questions as I could. Has he changed much from when you were in class? My memory says no, not really. Aside from like your time has gotten to him a bit. I don't mean that in a negative way, like he's old or something. I mean like you can see time has made him almost wiser, that he chooses words. Like you see him processing words before he answers. But that's the kind of humor that I knew. That's the kind of fun stuff. Do I ever think that I could be trained the next Dimebag? I don't know. I have this weird imposter syndrome about it, James, where I don't think like I'm the guy worthy enough to be teaching that, but I definitely have some students that are starting to crush it, which is awesome. Wow, what a great interview, guys. I must say, I think the interviews are getting better as we go. This is so crazy. Yes, I do, Mr. Wright. I do think his playlist would be the same. Although I'm going to send him some Devin Townsend. That's what I'm going to do. 100%. I'm going to send him some Alluvial as well. Yeah, that was a lot of fun. I'm genuinely like in a pretty happy place right now. Definitely pretty happy. That's true, Michelle. Some ginger, yeah, that'd be great. They played Vancouver tonight or 2 nights ago. 2 nights ago. Oh, thanks, Che. Thank you. I'm glad you guys... that's okay, Rebecca. Watch the replay. It'll be there. Yeah, right? Back for part 2. I think RVP will come back soon too, Lena. We've been chatting. I was going to get him to come in the night Brad Steele came in, but he was teaching still. Yeah. Was it obvious I was so happy? Was that obvious, Joe? That's the weird thing about doing these interviews is it's very like raw. Very raw. Shout out to the mods on the channel, by the way, for dealing with that interesting predicament. I want to give myself a pat on the back for the composure as I was seeing the chat going off, going, what? What? So shout out mods. Thank you for jumping on that. Appreciate it. And next time we need to have Mr. Ward play something for us. Yeah. Chris with a super... Chris, thank you. Dude, thank you so much, Chris. That's awesome, dude. Thanks, man. Honestly, I'm glad that you liked the interview, Chris. That's my big thing there. Yeah, Michelle, have Mr. Ward play something would be awesome, dude. That would be great. His tone control of trumpet was always so awesome. So awesome. If you guys actually, one of the things Mr. Ward used to talk about a lot back in the day was if you want to hear a really, really good, like a tone of a trumpet, like a really sick, fat tone sound, go to the original theme of Jeopardy when they're doing Final Jeopardy and it's played with a trumpet. And that guy, he would always bring that up. Always. Make him play one of my songs. Oh, man. Yeah, first time for a troll. It's pretty good. Some of you I'm going to reach out. Please check your emails. I'm going to reach out to you about being some mods on the channel. I think, respectfully, I think we're at that stage, guys. I think we should definitely have a couple of mods. I think we'll go with 2, maybe 3 is probably safe. Do you guys agree? I feel like that's a good agree amount. Yeah, Taps is great. After high school, my first job was at a retail company, and it was called Sears, if you guys know Sears. It was a retail company, and the retail company every Remembrance Day would get me to play taps for the whole store. This is where I met Janelle, actually. We both worked there. Janelle tell you she used to tease, who's the loser playing trumpet right now? It was pretty great. It was pretty great indeed. For sure. Let your post stay up. John, are you... John, are your posts not staying up, my friend? Let me check it out, my friend. Hang on. I'm not getting any blocks on the side. Not getting any blocks, John. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, Michelle. I agree. I agree 100%. Oh, John. Good old John. Guys, this was a blast. This was probably the best live stream. I'm so glad we waited to do this Mr. Ward interview until I got some more of the technical bugs figured out, because this just made it that much more awesome doing it tonight. It's pretty great. Pretty great indeed. That's fair. That's fair. Well, guys, I think it's time to wind it down. I'm gonna ride this high and just enjoy the rest of my evening. I hope wherever you guys are, you're kicking ass and taking names, because you deserve it, guys. Thanks so much for joining me on this monumental occasion. This was fun. And don't forget, before I go, some of you came in a little later. I want to tell you that go over here to the Templar merch site, because use code Templar5. There's a brand new shirt out there right now. I launched it tonight, monumentally celebrating the fact that we have been together. And let's bring it up. Why am I not bringing it up? Let me bust this out. One sec. Let's get this shirt on the screen so you guys can see just so awesomeness that is you. Let's bring it up here. Guys, if you head over here, we have our brand new shirts, the Getsu 365 shirts. This one right here. Wow, chat's just going nuts on the screen. This is our Getsu 365 shirt. You can read the post that I've written on this one, but basically, here's what you need to know. For 365 days, we have thought about each other every Monday. So this is the Japanese symbol for Monday, followed by 365 days. We officially have hung out together, my friends, every single Monday, and so many of you have been here for the majority, if not all of them. It is crazy to have met you guys like this. This shirt commemorates it. Getsu 365. Getsu is Japanese for Monday. 365. You can get a myriad of colors. I kind of like this color, to be honest. This one right here. This one looks nice and bright and sexy. That's a John Morgan color right there. That's the color of John Morgan. That's just wrong. I'm going to move on. 365. Get yourself one if you feel so inclined, but use code Templar5, guys. Save yourself some cash, because that's what I'm all about. You guys know how it is. You guys know how I roll. This was an utter blast, you guys. Thank you so much for joining this. I'm going to go see if Janelle saw it, because I'm having a great time. Wherever you guys are, whatever you're doing, watch it go. Tonics Tuesdays tomorrow. I should probably film it, I think. Watch it go, guys.
Bye.